Today we're going to talk about the Pergear 7.5mm f2.8, and we're going to compare it to the already established 7artisans version of this lens. So let the battle begin. Let's do this. What's up, YouTube? I hope you all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, my name is Anson, and this channel is here to talk about filmmaking gear, specifically gear for the budget-conscious filmmaker. So if that's you, consider subscribing. Today we are talking about the Pergear 7.5mm f2.8, and like I said, we're going to compare it to the 7artisans version of that same lens. I was sent this lens from Pergear, but they are really awesome about letting me say whatever I want. I actually told them I'm going to review this lens in comparison to the 7artisans lens, and even after I told them some of the things I didn't really like about the lens, they were okay with me still doing this comparison. So kudos to Pergear. They really do want you to get the most out of this lens and really want you to see what this lens can do. Now, as always, the way that we're going to break down this lens and compare these lenses is by image quality, build quality, and my overall thoughts / who I think could be useful for. Now, I'll start off by saying I already did a full-on review for the 7artisans lens, and so if you want to see the overall image quality of just that lens, I'll leave that up here in the corner. Now, with that in mind, the Pergear lens also offers a really good image quality, but obviously, how does it compare to something like the 7artisans lens? Between these two lenses, there are a couple of key things that separate them. One, I do think that the 7artisans lens is going to have a lot better center sharpness, but the Pergear lens has better overall sharpness. When I compared some of these shots side by side, I noticed that the 7artisans lens on the corners was way softer than the Pergear lens. The Pergear lens wasn't as sharp in the center as the 7artisans, but overall it had better sharpness. Another thing to mention is that the Pergear lens is actually going to be brighter than the 7artisans lens. I think the 7artisans lens really kind of doubles down on the contrast, and so it creates a darker image, whereas the Pergear lens does have a little bit brighter of an image. And so if you are needing that little bit of help in low light, you may want to look at something like the Pergear lens. Both of these lenses are going to produce a really good image for a 7.5mm fisheye lens. And so you're not really going to go wrong on either lens. It's really just coming down to your preference. So with that, let's talk about build quality. Now, I do have both these lenses. I will say, I really do like this design of the Pergear lens. It's a little bit more of a modern style. So the design on both lenses is pretty drastically different, but the overall build quality of the lenses are very top notch. The Pergear lens is like a small freaking rock, solid as a rock for those Arrested Development fans. So random. That being said, both are manual lenses. I didn't mention that before. The aperture ring on both are going to be declicked. The aperture ring and focusing ring are very smooth. Now, I will say the Pergear lens does offer some resistance, which is great if you don't want to accidentally throw it out of focus. And a lot of people, when they're pulling or racking focus, like a little bit of resistance to the focusing ring, and I think this offers just that right mixture. So overall build quality on both, like you can't go wrong either way. Neither one of them are going to be a poor quality. They're not plastic, they're all metal, and so just super sturdy, solid lenses. So with image quality and build quality, what are my overall thoughts and who would I recommend these lenses for? Honestly, both of these lenses are fantastic 7.5mm fisheye lenses. You're not going to go wrong with either one. But again, I think it just comes down to preference. If you want something that resembles more of a vintage feel or a vintage vibe, then go with the Pergear lens. But if you're a filmmaker and you also do a lot of photography, you need that center sharpness, go with something like the 7artisans. Neither one of these lenses are going to be a bad choice. It comes down to possibly, is one cheaper, and then also which one do you prefer as far as image. And as far as preference, something else we're going to be doing is I'm actually giving both of these lenses away. I've been doing a giveaway on the 7artisans lens for a couple weeks now, but I'm also going to be giving away the Pergear lens. And so if you're interested in the Pergear lens, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, comment below your Instagram or Twitter handle, and let's make it interesting. let's put in maybe our favorite cereal. And what I'm gonna do is this Friday night on my live stream at 8 o'clock, I'm gonna announce a winner for both the 7artisans lens and the Pergear lens. And so if you're interested in the 7artisans lens, go to that video and comment. If you're interested in the Pergear lens, comment on this video. We'll make it happen. We're gonna give some lenses away. But that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like. If you're digging the overall content from the channel, consider subscribing. And as always, thank you for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Stay safe, be happy, support each other, wash those hands, and I'll see you here next time. Peace.